was talking to you about the sea moss. I've heard about it, but like, what are the benefits of sea moss?
The benefits of sea moss. That's a good question. Well, that kind of ties in a little bit to what I want to talk about today too. So it's good to talk about today. First off, there are two major popular sea mosses. You have the Irish moss, and then you have Chondrus crispus. So one of the things that KT and I ran into, that's my partner, we're doing the Dr. Sabi tour, keep his legacy alive. One of the major things we ran into is that people didn't know the difference between Irish moss and the sea moss that Sabi promoted, the Chondrus crispus. They're both phenomenally healthy. They're both very good for you. So I like to make sure I say that first, because then people might get weird. But Irish moss is more of something that is a killer. It's a detox. It's a cleanser. It speeds up the metabolism. It breaks things down in the body to flush out the system. Chondrus crispus, the one that Sabi promoted, it builds the body up. And it builds the body up with hydration as its center, because it can hold up to 200 times its own weight in water, which is the crucial piece to every aspect of health in our body that's overlooked. Even all of the medical books, all of the health books that they have in school, the textbooks, none of them talk about hydration. None of them emphasize the fact that nothing in your body can work dry. Nothing. There's no protein, there's no enzyme, there's no mineral, there's no superfood plant, nothing nowhere that can function dry. Everything has to be hydrated. So that's the key. Now, on a whole nother level, one of the reasons why Chondrus crispus or sea moss is, I would say, crucial to health. We got to rewrite this whole health paradigm. That should be something that people should take every day. Sea moss should be a daily supplement forever, for everyone. Pregnant moms, breastfeeding moms, babies, 6 months, 1 month, 2 months, 2 days, 2 years, everybody, if you're 100, anywhere, if you're alive, you should be on that. Life on this planet evolved through sea moss. The first thing you have is a planet full of water, period. The water is absorbing the radiation from the various stars in the solar system, creating the atmosphere. Once the atmosphere is created, now you have heat being generated from the sun, because the sun is chemiluminescent. That means it doesn't produce heat. That's why it's cold in outer space. Heat from the sun doesn't get generated until the photons try to pass through the atmosphere, and that friction creates the heat we know of from the sun. But that heat wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the atmosphere creating the greenhouse effect from the sun. So as that happens, the planet, the rock, the crystal that houses the water is called ringwoodite. It's also a hydrogen base, just like the water's hydrogen base. So hydrogen is going to be key to life. That is the most crucial thing that we need to get in our bodies. And if you go through all of the health food stores, I mean, now you might find 1 or 2 things, but for the most part, you never see hydrogen anywhere. You see calcium, you see vitamin D, you see vitamin C. Vitamin C has been jammed down our nose for everything. Every 2-3 years, the sales pitch switches, but it's always vitamin C, vitamin C, vitamin C. So hydrogen is crucial. So as the planet starts to radiate outward, infrared, right? Because the planet has its own vibration, which releases electromagnetic waves. They're in the infrared band, long wave infrared band. The sun is dropping short wave infrared band. That infrared begins to structure and change the shape of water. So water has different types of water molecules. One of the lectures I did in here, we was a little different, we was in the back, highlighting Sister Mona Harrison. I don't want to mess her name up. But she's one of the elders, and she laid the framework for a lot of the water stuff that's going on nowadays. In fact, she was so serious in terms of hydrogen science, it's a lot better to say than water, because water is so general. There's so many different types of water, even so many different types of natural water, that when you say water and you talk about the importance of water, it still escapes people because they still don't know what water to buy, what water is supposed to do, what's this and what's that. So, so that becomes a whole nother problem. But the basic structure of water, H2O, that's plain water. That's not water. That's not living water. That's not water that life can come out of. That's bulk water. That's water that you can, wash your windows, wash your body. It's not that serious. When water becomes structured, those molecules come together. See? So that's another thing that we need to deal with in terms of black folks. Water cannot hold charge. It cannot live. Nothing can come out of water until the water comes together, until the water molecules unify. So you have H2O molecules coming together forming H3O2. So they come together, form H3O2. One hydrogen is left out because the molecules, when they come together, they use that as a part of the bonding process, right? So hydrogen bonds become crucial also in terms of health. That's one of the main reasons why we have such a high water requirement every day. And we're going to talk about that hopefully, because I want to get into talking about women's health, particularly the hair and the scalp, right? That's the first stage to our hair going south. Hydrogen bonds, being dehydrated. That's the major thing that makes your hair kinky, nappy, muscular, strong, healthy, vibrant versus flank. So when you like hot press, hot curl, hot comb, that's the first thing that breaks down. That's what you break down basically to make the hair go from curly to straight. You get rid of all the hydrogen bonds. So you completely dehydrate the hair with the hot comb, and now your hair is straight. Your DNA is held together. Hydrogen bonds. Everything in the body, hydrogen bonds. So as the water on the planet started to absorb the infrared radiation from the sun and from the planet, it started to restructure itself into that H3O2, which allowed it to hold electricity, allowed it to hold a charge. So now life is starting to begin. As the water gets more thick with charge, you have a gel. The water becomes thick, like a plasmic gel. And then moss is the next step of life from that first basic water. So that's why sea moss should be in everybody's diet on a regular basis. So it's that same thick gel that holds that high level of hydrogen. And outside of that, the only thing that can hold more hydrogen than sea moss is palladium, which is a metal on the periodic table, one of the transition metals. The reason why the transition metals are called transition metals is because they all have exceptionally high abilities to hold and store hydrogen. That's what makes gold gold. That's what makes platinum platinum. That's what makes osmium osmium, rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, all of those different things. Their ability to store and hold different types of hydrogen. But palladium is the beast when it comes to them, and it can hold up to 900 times its weight in hydrogen. So that we have in the mom atomics. I don't know if I was dealing with some crazy sabotage or just holiday whatever, but just now when we got off the bus down here, my bag with the products in it was open. Under the bus, products was everywhere, shoes was everywhere, so it looks like the labels kind of got lost in the fray for some of the bottles, but other than that, everything was pretty much intact. Looks like I might be missing a few bottles of this or that, but it's a part of the, you know, it's a part of the game. We usually deal with the sabotage. It can come with the turbo.
My strength to go the extra 9, extra line, slow G-in, low keying, me and the crew in the gold being OGing, top speed, blowing through the sweet night breeze, wherever life leads, anything's better besides the night squeeze, like cheese, even my pieces pushing nice speed, stress precisely, hoping soon won't be the white beat.